We're after U.S. session open, so I'll be running the mom signals automated. I have it on in long and short mode. Market's just below all-time highs. So the strategy will not take any trades till after 8:32 U.S. Central Time or Globex Chicago time. So we did have a signal here. It was just before 8:32. Here's our all-time highs right there. Okay, we see the markets running up a bit towards all-time highs. So we're right now in the what's called a levels test zone. So we'll see if we punch through and start breaking out, or this test, whether we get a levels test. I am long short, so if we get a signal on any sort of rollover, then to the downside, then we'd get into a short trade. So standing by, basically, see if we get any signal. Maybe we'll punch through, get a level sweep in a short trade, or we might just get a levels test in a short trade. If we do get selling, here's, kind of our two nearest areas of obvious potential support. Could get a pullback and then finally run up and punch out. Okay, now the market is starting to roll over some here. So we're standing by there to see what we get. I see this rolling over, so we'll watch this here, see if we've been triggered into short trade. The automation put our stop in place. I'm only trading 4 contracts here. Target's out there at 7-to-1 R to R, and we're in 4 contracts. Okay, at a certain amount of price movement in the money, our stop will go to break even plus. Okay, we've been standing by here. We're getting a little bit of movement in our intended direction. That was our first signal, short signal. Up slightly on P&L. These other signals didn't trigger because we're already short. Very narrow range here, kind of scrub action so far. So standing by. Fortunately, we're in what I call Friday trading. The market's stuck near highs. Market's very complacent. And we're having low participation right now, meaning we don't have a lot of buying and selling going on. So there's our very narrow range for a Friday, right after the market just hit all-time highs. Okay, market's lifted a bit. Doesn't want to go anywhere. We're still stuck in this narrow range. And if it presses higher, we'll get flipped out of the short here into a long. It is a Friday. I like to get done quick on a Friday. With a little positive P&L, if this kept going on and on, I would just hit the flatten button and say, okay, forget it. I'll wait till next week. But you'd think near all-time highs, we get some sort of reaction up here. Okay, we did get flipped into a long. So again, we're still in that narrow range. Maybe the market can go up here and retest the high and get a little extension. And if it does, I might just go flat and be done on the day. So standing by to see what we get here. I'd rather be in a short trade where the market's at right now. But I'll give it one long opportunity to see if it can run and break the high. Okay, been sitting in here, market cycled. We have a little bit of a W pattern. Still long. Just no conviction from buyers. If this long doesn't work, I don't see any reason to be long this morning, I might, any little push, I might just hit the flatten button and then maybe just flip it to short only mode. Give it one more trade. See if we can get any sort of trade back into the prior range. But this is scrub, just low participation rate scrub action. So need to push. Then I'll flip it to short mode. I'm just going to stay short only mode. Any push we get, we'll take it to the upside. Okay, market still scrub, no push as of yet. If we do get a push, whatever we get on it, I'll take it, and then I'm only going to work short side from here. I just don't like the way the market's opened here. So standing by, basically, we'll see what we get. This is putting me to sleep. We should not have a market this dead on a Friday when we're sitting at all-time high. These markets are just way too complacent. So big pump, all-time high, cycled down, pushed up late part of the day, held in the overnight, W pattern to the open. Okay, now we're short. Just got triggered. Something's happening here. Stop already to break even plus. Got my target out 7 to 1 R to R. Pretty big push down here. Yeah, some news, something must have hit. So I'm protected. The trade's protected. So pretty significant push down to kind of that lower area support I talked about earlier. We did have a long signal, but I'm staying in short mode. So if this doesn't work, if it just runs up and tags me out, I'm going to sit on the sidelines. When the market is reacting to something, I'd rather just sit on the sidelines. Check, see if there's news. There's got to be some news. Okay, we are pushing. I'm watching P&L. I'm over daily goal. I could flatten right here. We're right at support. See if this punches through. Yeah, definitely punching through. Okay, there is news. I'm reading the wires. There is news. China tariff news. I'm going to move the stop down, lock in something, just in case we get a big reversal. Seems like after some of these kind of news reactions, institutionals come in and buy the crap out of it and pump it up. So China tariff news. So it looks like they're going to do 100% tariff on China. Okay, let's move this down to that pivot, lock in some profits, so at least we can end the day positive. The key is I could hit flatten at any point here and I'm over daily goal, but this is pretty strong down move. Breaking through support, trading lower. At the 7 to 1 target. I just put that out there always far away just in case you get in a trade and it just rips. One time I was in a trade automated through NVIDIA earnings and it got long, and like a minute later, the thing flew up and hit my 7 to 1 target on long so fast it'd make your head spin. So regardless of what happens, we're going to make money here. I got the stop move down. The nice thing when you move, and you can see there's a cluster of support. If that support breaks, this is going to get really ugly, but that's why I leave a target out far away. So, sitting almost 2 times daily goal here And I traded lower size than I normally did today. I thought the market might take a while to move. So typically I'll trade 5 contracts. I only traded 4. Okay, moving that down, locking in more profits. Give this just a little bit, one more chance, see if it'll push down. Now, if I want to flatten the trade, I can hit the flatten button, but then I need to turn off the automation pretty quick too, because the market's pretty active in here. Okay, we're flat now and over double daily goal with a lower amount of position size than I would normally get. And China news hitting the market. So if we break that support, we're definitely going to go lower. Yeah, I got to turn the automation off. Don't want to take any more trades. So over double daily goal, and that is a day. Now I'm going to go in and pull off the strategy. Okay, turned off the strategy. Make sure you can't trigger. Looks like we're going to keep selling. So anyhow, mom signals, scrubby action, then we got some news hitting. So the automation can handle, uh, instantaneous trade activity. A lot of times, a trader, that was a pretty big initial down leg. A lot of traders don't react in time when that happens. Automation doesn't care. Just, takes the signals and here's some additional support below. But the automation just reacts to the signals and does its job. And you kind of need that when you're trading, especially if you're trading one master account talking out to a whole bunch of follower accounts, these prop accounts. You can't hesitate if we get reactionary movements in the market. Okay, so that's the mom signals automated. Some China news hit. And what was it? 3 trades and done. That last trade got over a double daily goal. There's the email if you have questions. And I'm going to sit here and watch this the rest of the day.